Okay, welcome back to our pre-summer 8-part session on health, building blocks for better health, guarding your health series. Ushmartem ma'od l'nafshosechem, mitzvah to guard our health. My name is Dr. Shmuel Shields. I'm a nutritionist. The topic today is on hydration, beverages. What should we be drinking? Any comments or questions that you may have, or any feedback you want to give, please direct them to events@chazak.org. Chazak is spelled C-H-A-Z-A-Q. Okay, so what about water? If I was in front of a live audience now, I'd probably say something like, at the count of 3, tell me how many glasses of water you should be drinking a day. How many 8-ounce glasses of water should you be drinking a day? 1, 2, 3. Hands are going to shoot up. 8. Where that number came from, I don't know. I know we do bris milah by 8 days on the 8th day, but I don't know where. I don't think it came from that. I don't know where it came from. 8. That's the magic mystical number. 8 cups of water a day. So that means if you're petite and you weigh 95 or 100 pounds, and maybe a man who weighs 200 pounds, to tell me that everybody should be drinking 8 glasses of water a day doesn't seem to make sense. Having said that, I can tell you this: next to air, water is the most essential nutrient for all living creatures. And we could see Hashem's wisdom through this and the way he designed the world. We know that air is the most important ingredient for life. Without oxygen, we can't live more than 4 or 5 minutes. And what is the most abundant ingredient in the world that Hashem created? Air. It's everywhere. Wherever you go, wherever you travel, you don't have to bring air along. It's there and it's available, and it's essential, the most essential nutrient. The next most essential nutrient we just mentioned is water. You could only live about 4 or 5 days without water. And water is the next element that covers most of the surface of the earth. The water that's available to us is plentiful because it's found in all over the world. So anyway, we're going to talk about water today, what water does in the body, what we need it for, and so on. All cells of the body require water. Our body is approximately 65% water. Let's call it 2/3. We're approximately 2/3 water. If you see a man walking down the street and he weighs 180 pounds, he could wear a sign on his back saying, 120 pounds of my weight is water. 2/3 of a person's weight is water. So we see that we're really like water balloons. We're bags of water. We have trillions of cells in the body. They're all made up of water, and all the cells require water to carry out their vital biochemical functions throughout the day. The body must be adequately hydrated for the blood to be able to transport oxygen and nutrients to the cells. Water is also necessary for all bodily functions, including digestion, absorption, and circulation, and is essential for waste removal and maintenance of body temperature. If that's not enough for you, it's also needed for lubricating the joints and maintaining proper muscle tone. In terms of weight loss, adequate water intake has been found to naturally suppress the appetite. So we want to try to make sure that we have an adequate intake of fluid, and it's very important. Many people, as they age, they lose their thirst mechanism. The sense of thirst is not as strong, and sometimes it might not be there at all. So they don't think they have to drink, but we do, and we should drink not all at once, but throughout the day we should get an adequate water intake. So now, for the $64,000 question, what is an adequate water intake? So the answer I'm going to give you is this. It's a formula that I saw once, which I thought was reasonable. And again, I'm not saying you have to be exact on this, but it's a guideline. Approximately 1 8-ounce glass of water for every 20 pounds of body weight, which means if you weigh 200 pounds, you need approximately 10 cups of water a day. Now, if you get 7 or 8 cups of water at 200 pounds, you're in the ballpark, because you do get water from other beverages you may be drinking, from things like juice, coffee, tea, soups, even foods, fruits and vegetables all contain a good amount of water. Even a piece of bread is 25% water, where some of your fruits and vegetables could be 75, 85, 90% water. So you could get a couple of cups just from your daily food intake, provided if you emphasize more of the fruits and vegetables and so on. But having said that, you have at least a little bit of a working guideline for what your water intake should be. If you want to check on your hydration, when you use the restroom and you urinate, your urine should really not have much of a color. It should be very pale, very, very pale. If it's darker in color, that may indicate that you are dehydrated. So that's one way you can get biofeedback. That's a form of biofeedback. Your body is giving you feedback. Your biology is giving you feedback. That's what biofeedback is. So you're getting information from the urine in terms of your level or rate of hydration. So I would just make sure that we try to stay hydrated. Very important, as we mentioned, for many, many different reasons. Water should be your beverage of choice. Tea and coffee could fill in a little bit, so you're not getting too bored with the water. You could also make some of your water drinks a little bit more interesting with fresh lemon or lime. There are fruit infusions today. Water without any, this is important, if you're going to buy water, make sure it doesn't contain any artificial flavors or artificial colors. It shouldn't contain sugar. It shouldn't contain any artificial sweeteners. If it's naturally flavored or sweetened with just a natural fruit infusion, that's acceptable. Sometimes you could even do this at home. You could put cucumbers and celery into some water in the refrigerator in a pitcher overnight. Some people add fruits to it, and you can get a little bit of flavor that way too if you can. But water should really be a beverage of choice, and we are going to conclude with that. So stay hydrated, especially in the summer when you're perspiring. Throughout the year we have to stay hydrated, but dehydration could be a serious health concern and could lead to things like dizziness and lightheadedness and mental confusion and even more serious consequences of dehydration. So please stay hydrated and make water your beverage of choice. Thank you for joining us. The next session in this mini 8-part series will be on managing blood sugar. Stay tuned. Thank you.